Hello, I'm Gordon Peters, Green Party candidate for Hornsey and Wood Green. I'm standing here between Highgate Station and Queen's Wood in a small council estate on Summersby Road. I'm here because this estate, which has been here for a few decades, is now threatened with demolition by Haringey Council. It's in a prime position and it's in a site reallocation as a place that could be regenerated and developed, which means this community might be disrupted, people rehoused, whether they're leaseholders or council tenants. And we're going to talk to somebody from this estate in a minute. Thank you. Could you say who you are?
I'm Sarah Cope and I've lived on the estate here at Summersby Road since 2006. And we were really surprised when we got news through about the proposals because there was the plan which had got the line around it showing that the whole of the estate and the build base next to the estate were proposed for new housing, with the line that no existing buildings need to be kept. The neighbourhood plan, in contrast, just has the build base site as a planned site for redevelopment. So there was a lot of confusion, and a lot of my neighbours got together and we went to a meeting with the chief town planner for Haringey.
Right.
And it was a very lively meeting. We'd been given 1 day's notice of the meeting, and it was right at the end of the consultation period. How much of that was deliberate and how much of it was just them mismanaging, as per usual, is unclear.
Right.
So we obviously were very alarmed. There are people who've lived here for decades, very elderly, vulnerable people in some cases, families, and it's not like we don't talk to each other. We're a really good community, and to break that up would be, an absolute waste of that community, and a massive mistake, I think.
So have you got a real fear that the council are going to go ahead with these plans?
We didn't feel that they were listening to us at that meeting. The chief town planner basically bribed us and said if we agreed to them building on the build base site, they'd be more inclined to look favourably on keeping our homes. But the line that he spun was, I've got to find homes for people. There's so many people in London that need homes, which we know is true, absolutely. But not the way to go about that isn't building expensive flats with a few affordable ones thrown in. The way to do that is to build council housing, to build social housing, which is what we've got here. Why knock that down when you need more of that?
But that's in fact then what would happen. There would be much less, what you're saying is there would be much less social housing and much higher rent or higher price housing would be built in this place. And affordable, is that 80% of market rent? Is that what they
indeed.
Have they said?
Affordable in name, not nature,
Right.
I always think.
No,
I asked the town planner actually at the meeting, what percent would be social housing? He just glossed over that and moved on. We said, what about the neighbourhood plan that people in the neighbourhood have had an input into? And he said, I don't like neighbourhood plans.
He said that?
Yes, he said that. I thought that was very misguided of him to be so candid, but that is what he said. He's on record as saying that.
Right. So that does rather betray that the council has a plan of its own which it wants to go ahead with.
Exactly, and it doesn't matter what residents have to say.
And the consultation sounds as if it's been pretty minimal. Would that be right?
Absolutely, yes. We were told about it at the last minute. The only way that you could actually put input was just to send an email. It wasn't like there was a proper consultation. It was only because of one of our neighbours who'd been very eagle-eyed on the council website and put a letter around saying, this is what's happening, you might want to send an email in. And then when we said to this chief town planner, can you extend this consultation period? It closes tomorrow, or was it that day in fact? And he said, oh, I can't, I'd love to, but because of the election purdah period, we can't. As I say, they've been very misleading, just hoping that we will keep quiet and they can push these plans through.
Well, my last question would be, are people like yourself and others here, I've seen a few others today, are you fairly together or determined to look after your own community with any support you can get?
Absolutely, we really are. And the great thing about this place is, I'm a leaseholder, there's quite a few leaseholders, but there's a lot of council tenants, very long-term ones in many cases, and we're united together, tenants and leaseholders, to save this site. It's a beautiful place to live. It's right by Queen's Wood. We absolutely love it. We look after each other, we look out for each other.
Right.
Break that community up. You can't remake that. And what for? For making money, for, luxury housing in a prime location, which is what they're really caring about, not rehousing people in desperate need on the housing list.
So it's profit before people, not people before profit.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, thanks very much, Sarah.
Thank you.